And we're going to get going over here. My son missed the bus. I had to drive him to school. So I literally just made it. I set up my charts and then just made it here. So you should be able to see the screen. And today, we might not even trade today, guys, just because it's a holiday in the US for all the banks and stuff. So institutions are like not trading today. And the market closes at, I believe it closes at 12. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. It might be one of those days where it just nothing really moves. So we'll have to see. But there was some good trading last night. Okay, so there's a chart. That's gold. I was actually trading gold last night. And there's the NASDAQ. Okay. So I've already set up things because I set up things before. Oh no, I gotta move that back. Where's my little back buttons on here? They're there. There we go. Okay. So we are moving. Okay. Set this trade up. And what I'm going to say today is you should drop your lot size. So your lot size that you're trading on, you want to drop it just because uh, I think it's going to range a lot. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see. Okay. So yeah, it's just moved up to the top of that range there. And this is obviously the range, and it's been in that range all night. So this is the US30. Also, I finished day number 5 in the course. So the course is completely done. Um, I'm gonna wait probably, hmm, I'll probably wait like 3 more days or something, and then I'm gonna start adding models to the course, like the different, like basically the model we trade with the Nasdaq, the model we trade with US30, and then also I have a model to trade gold with at 9 p.m. So I'm going to add that to the course. So I'm just going back here and looking at where things are going, and things are definitely pushing up here. And why am I not logged in? Okay. So as I said, let's drop our lot sizes. So in the US30, I'm dropping my lot size to 3. And then in the NASDAQ, I'm just going to put it on 1. And today's just going to be kind of like a fun day, not thinking about, even making like good profits or anything, just because the institutions aren't trading. So I think what's going to happen today is basically we'll just range within here. And it could be one of those days where it just comes down slowly overall. So I think what happens today, if I can remember correctly, I think the market closes at 12 EST, and then it opens back up at 6 p.m. at night, is what I think. Okay, here I'm going to go to the chat. Okay, so there's no chat, so you guys can obviously see and hear me. Oh, we got 7 people on today. That's good. Things are starting to pick up. Okay, so we're just ranging, and let's zoom in here. So it's not giving us a trade there. And the NASDAQ is, so we're in that Tokyo, so it hasn't broken the Tokyo high. Look at that. It just keeps on going up to the top of Tokyo there. So likely, I think overall today, it's hard to say because institutions aren't pushing the price, obviously, as you can see. But overall today, price should probably come down, is what I'm thinking, is what it looks like. So we're going to zoom in here. And I'm just going to grab the lines that I put above. And I'll just put these guys down here for now, just so they're close to where price is for if we get a NASDAQ trade. Okay. So US30 is so yeah, it just bounced off our line there. So off the 932 candle, it's having a bit of a pullback. And let's see if there's any fair value gaps in here. So there's a big gap right there. So it's probably going to come down to here. And then we'd actually know if it's going to go down or if it's going to break above. And then we would get a trade, a long trade or a short trade there. And also, I want to say that because you guys are the VIP people that are watching this live, being VIP doesn't mean you don't have to go through the course. You have to go through the course. Okay. So I had two people message me and ask me that, like, hey, I'm VIP. Do I still have to go through the course? So, what VIP guys is, it's not about like copying me and then, like thinking, oh, I don't need to learn how to trade. I'll just copy him. That's not what it is. Okay. What it is you go through the course and then you're on these lives with me. And by me going and saying, hey, this is what I see in the market, like as things are playing out, you'll pick up things really, really fast. It'd be like having I don't know, like a teacher at school just sitting beside you as you're doing your test or something, right? Like telling you, answering your questions, all that kind of stuff. So here's the other thing too, is we got to figure out how to do this as in the people that want to talk during these lives, like I'm talking right now. So you guys can go live as well and communicate with me. I still haven't figured out how to do that. We figured out how to do the chat, but I can't see the chat until the live is over. That's the only problem with that. But I know that you can go live like I'm doing right here. And I think it has to be I turn on your microphones or something like that. So yeah, I'm going to look into that today because we're going to have, I'm pretty sure the market closes at 12 today and then opens back up at 6. The futures market, the stock market's completely closed today. It's just the futures market. And then the crypto market, of course, is open 24/7. But I would never trade crypto during these lives. It's just the NASDAQ US30 and then some gold too. So you can see here, it pretty much came down to this fair value gap right there, pretty much, right? So we need to wait and see what is up with this. Yeah, it's just really slow. So this is our 9:30 open move, which is normal. And then now this is the thing is it's going to be just crawling. So we'll have to wait and see what we're going to get out of this. And that's why I say like just drop your lot size and don't make today about, oh, I need to make profit, I need to make profit. Just make today about just like trading and learning, right? Okay. But yeah, overall, it looks like things are gonna come down, like overall today. And normally on days like this, where it's a US like banking holiday and stuff, I think it's Memorial Day or something like that in the US. Um, Normally what happens is you get no moves during the New York. And then when Asia opens back up, you get like that's when the actual good trading is. So we'll see here. Yeah, you can see it's not even moving the US30 there. So we'll wait around. Let's look back here. I could give you guys like a high risk trade. Yeah, so you can go long here. We'll call it high risk, not very, very high risk, but just a high risk trade. So you could go long, and then this would be the target. Oops. Oh no, we got this thing popping up here again. This is how untechy I am. Oh, there you go. Okay. there was there was one live where this here popped up and it went over my chart, and I couldn't figure out how to get it off. It took me like 3 minutes to figure it out. So, anyways, you can see this is the fair value gap. Fair value gap is in the lesson. I believe it's lesson. Where are we? Over here. Go to the classroom, and I think it's lesson 4. Is it? Yeah, right here. So sorry, day 4, lesson 13. This is Fair Valley Gap. So you watch this video here. That's an image of the Fair Valley Gap. And you can see there's the Fair Valley Gap right there, right? Okay. And then that's the Fair Valley Gap within our trade right now. Okay. So overall, things should go fill that Fair Valley Gap and then possibly either break out or come back down. But there's not much buying and selling because the institutions are not trading today because it's a holiday, right? Like the New York stock market is not there. So, yeah, it might not even go up there. It might just kind of go like this for a while and then could guys like sometimes with these holidays, like you actually get your move before the market closes. So you'd actually get like the good trade at like 11 something if it closed at 12. I'm pretty sure it closed at 12 today. Let's put it back to normal candles. And yeah, it's just looking. Okay, so let's go to the 15-minute. We'll just see this, what it looks like. Okay, so in like 3 minutes, I think that if we get a trade, it's going to be in the next 3 to 5 minutes with the US30, or it's just going to go sideways. We'll see what happens. I see a trend line here, so we could have a trend line coming across there as well. So we'll go. Let's go from here. What time is this? 3 a.m. Okay, so something like that probably goes all the way back here. Okay, so the 15-minute trend line means something. I don't know what the heck happened here. Let's go look. 3 a.m. I don't think anything happened at 3 a.m. But let's actually just check the red folder news. So Monday, yeah, nothing. Of course, nothing, right? So, anyways, yeah, we've got our big 15-minute trend line there. And things just going sideways. So if this was Asia session, Tokyo session, I would be saying, "Hey, let's short the Nasdaq right now because it looks like it's just going to come back down." So this could be your next trade if you want. It's a very high risk trade is to short the Nasdaq here now. Okay, I'm not doing any of these. Like I didn't do this trade here. I'm not doing this trade here. I'm going to actually wait for a break, but yeah, you could short the Nasdaq here if you wanted to. I'm going to wait and see what happens with the US30 in this trend line. We'll see what happens with it. You know what? There's probably 7 people on here uh, because it's a holiday, right? So you guys don't have to go to work today if you're in the US. Because I know a couple of you guys are in the US. Yes, normally we have like 3 or 4 people on the lives when we're doing it. Okay, so this definitely looks like it's going to come down. This guy. And you know what? Just seeing that it is a holiday, maybe I will take this NASDAQ trade because it's definitely low liquidity today. So I'm going to wait to see what the next candle looks like, and I might actually get into a short on this one, which normally I would say never trade, like have your trade set up before 9:45 with the NASDAQ, but it's really low liquidity. Okay, so that's telling us now not to do that trade because it just broke up there. Okay, so this is the 9:45 candle, so we have to wait for this candle to play out, and then we'd actually have our setup for the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq model is basically 9:30 candle to 9:45 candle, and then a break of that. So it looks something like this. This gives you a long position. This gives you a short position. But this model here is probably not the best today because the institutions are not moving the market. So likely what we're going to trade today is in the range. So you'd actually short from the green line and you'd long from the red line. Like if you're trading the Asia Tokyo session, a lot of times that works because it'll just range a lot. Okay. So here we are at the trend line in US30. And this is a point of interest for US30. We're going to see what it wants to do. And if it opens below that line there, then we know most likely it's not. Price won't go to here if we get a candle body open below this line. Because look at all this is now going to be resistance if the body of the candle opens below this line here. So we'll have to see. So far, it's looking like it's going to break it. And okay. So this could either be a great position or a not so good position. And I think I'm going to take it. So I've dropped my lot sizes to 3 in this. Normally I trade on 6 to 10 lots in US30. I've dropped mine to 3 just because, no one's trading today. So it's best to just stay safe. And if I wasn't live, guys, I would probably say don't trade today, right? But we're going to just drop our lot sizes and it's fine. Okay? So drop your lot size. Go, if you're uncomfortable with things, just go on one lot just for fun. Okay, so I'm going to enter my trade here because it is giving us the model. And we're just going to, it's likely going to come down to the top of the Tokyo. Okay, this green line here is this green box is the top of the Tokyo range. So likely it's going to come down there. We're in like $2 of profit with my 3 lots. So, but it's good, right? Because if it's $5 of profit on a profitable trade, then it'd only be $5 of loss if it goes against you. So now it's up. Now it's back to break even. So yeah, we're just going to watch, see what happens. It could go against us and come back up here, but the odds of it coming down is very high. This NASDAQ looks like it's coming down as well, but we have to wait for that guy. Okay. And let's just back things out and we'll look here. So yeah, this trade is looking good as if it's going to come down. We can delete our trend line, that big, huge trend line, because it did break. And let's look at some fair value gaps way back here for our targets. So definitely our 100% sell target would be the top of the Tokyo range, which is this right here, which is in I think it's in less than day 3 or something like that. We can look into that. So US30, there's no fair value gaps there. It's all these fair value gaps have been filled. Okay, there's some down here. So yeah, it's likely going to want to come down to this area here, US30. Okay, let's just put a line there just for fun. See if it comes down to here. And then to get back to the right of your chart, guys, you can click this button here, right? And it'll go boom like that. Okay, so it's struggling right here. And this is basically our entry where we got in. So it's kind of struggling there. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, and look at the NASDAQ. It's just like ranging at the top there. So we'll have to see what happens with it. My guess is it's going to pop its head up here. It's going to grab the liquidity because I think that it just went sideways there. Or was that the US30? No, yeah, it was the NASDAQ. So you can see all this back here. So probably what the NASDAQ is going to do is it'll just shoot up like that, grab the liquidity from here because everyone will have their stop losses for all their shorts here. And it's going to shoot up, grab that, and then it'll probably come down. Like if you look at the NASDAQ on the 15-minute chart, it just looks like overall it's going to it'll have to come down a bit. Yeah, so this here, if it does break above here and gives us a long entry, I wouldn't take that. I would just wait and see, like, see if it starts trading up here because look at all this liquidity. Like, think of all the people that have their stop losses for their shorts right here, right? Even though the institutions are not trading, there's still people with big money that need to get in the market, right? And they're probably thinking as well, oh, maybe I shouldn't trade today. So we'll see. That's why I'm saying it might just go sideways today, but we'll know. We'll know what happens. All right. So I had a big marketer contact me before the weekend. I thought he was like contacting me to promote the course, like this uh, community we have here, and it ended up being he wanted me to make him a trading course so then he could sell it. And I was kind of like, I don't know. I told him I would think about it, but I'm like, I don't think I want to do that. You know, like that's a little bit weird. Like make a course and then he can sell it. Like it's like why don't you just sell the one that I have? It was kind of a little bit strange conversation, but anyways. So, oh yeah, it's guys, this US30 trade is still around our entry. Like it's in profit, but it's just hanging around our entry there. Yeah, it's going to be a painful day today for trading. Going to get a lot of this just hanging around. It's in a little bit of oh, there now it's in a little bit of loss. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Overall, as I said, it looks like everything's going to come down today. And then once again, guys, like if you have any suggestions of like how I can make things better, like for the community, for these lives, all that kind of stuff, like don't hesitate to let me know. And yeah, then I can like work on things because the last couple ideas that I got that I put in the course here, like they're suggestions, right? So over here, go to community, all these like the market analysis, wins of the day, which I haven't put anything in here yet. Oh no, there is some stuff in there. Uh, but all this stuff here, these two fields, there are suggestions, which that's awesome, to separate and just don't make everything the general discussion. Okay, so this is looking like it's doing going for that liquidity up here, but who knows? It could go up here really, really slowly. And this guy is still floating around at our entry. Oh man. So yeah, when you see stuff like this, like normally, if we see stuff like this, we'd get out of the trade. Like we would just get out at break even. But today the liquidity is so low that overall it's just kind of telling me like, oh, it wants to come down. And as I said before, I'm in here with like 3 lots. It doesn't really matter. Like right now, my count is minus $6, right? So it doesn't really matter. And just overall the charts are telling me it's coming down. But yeah, if I was trading seriously today and I was in with like 6 to 10 lots, I would have sold like we normally do. We put a trend line on here, right? And then if it breaks that trend line, you get it. So I would have got out at break even at this candle here, roughly around here. So NASDAQ is just, oh man, look at that. It's just going sideways. Everything's just going sideways. So this candle here is not good. If the next candle opens above here, then I would just say get out of that trade. Um, if it opens above here, you definitely don't want to be in the trade because then it's probably just going to go back up to here possibly. So we have to wait and see. Let's turn this on and look. So yeah, we have a fair value gap right here. We have some up here. Nope, we don't have one there. We have one right here. So it could go and poke its head right there. That's what could happen. Oh, there it goes. So let's look at the NASDAQ and we will see. Okay, so yeah, it's going for this here. So it's touched that liquidity. So we'll see what happens here. If it just goes like this, or if it comes back down. If it starts going sideways here, it could possibly go up. We'll have to wait. Yeah, and now it's coming back down. Kind of. It's stuck at the top. This guy, I think overall it is like it might just touch that and then come back down. So still waiting, waiting, waiting. Normally we've done probably 3 trades by now, but it's just very, very slow. Like Nasdaq has not given us a trade. This one gave well, I did call like the very high risk trade was I think it was on this candle here, and then it went against us. Um, and then just this entry there. So yeah, look at that. It's just like struggling. Everything's struggling. Here, let's zoom in on this guy. And we will see what happens with that. Probably would have been better to move today's live to 6, but I don't want to be always like changing the times. Like I want to have it like a set, like, hey, show up here at 9:30. So our US30 is touching the fair value gap up there. So we'll see. So with this trade here, guys, I'm gonna get out. Like normally I would have got out way back here, but I'm gonna get out of this trade if this candle body opens above that fair value gap. I'll just get out because if that happens, it could go all the way up here. Okay, so basically next candle open, so it didn't open above it. Okay, so I'm gonna just look at this, and so with the uh, standard candles, it did open above. Okay, so I'm going to get out of that trade. I'll just take the little wee loss on it, which was about 50 bucks of loss on that. And we could be going up to here. NASDAQ is just going sideways. So we'll see what happens. And probably sold the bottom and maybe even bought the top. We'll see. We'll see what happens. This is why you need to just drop your lot sizes, guys, because the market's not acting like it normally would, right? Personally, I thought that things were just going to go sideways here for an hour and a half straight, but we did break below. But yeah, if institutions were in, like this makes sense what the NASDAQ is doing because it's taking out liquidity, right? All this right here. So this makes sense to me. And that's why I said I wouldn't take this trade. Remember before I said, oh, if it gives us an entry above that green line, I wouldn't take the trade because of all this liquidity here. So that makes sense. US30 is not making sense right now. It's just kind of going sideways. Like it's like there's liquidity here, right? And that's possibly what this move is there. But it would make more sense for them to go and take this out and then take it all the way down here. So we'll have to see, but I don't know if we'll be online for that long because it's 10 a.m. right now, and it's just moving so slow that it might take 3 hours for it just to go here and then to here. But anyways, today's more of a fun day. You just got to drop your lot sizes and just kind of, it's more of a learning day to see like what is the market like on a U.S. holiday. It's it's basically telling you like I wouldn't bother trading. That's kind of what it's telling us. So let's go to the 15-minute chart. We'll see it. So you can see here, the 15-minute chart's telling you not to trade. It's a neutral candle. And look at that candle. So it just opened, but it's like, you know, you got this one going up, this one going down. And if you're to look at where's the volume overall, it's neutral, right? These bodies are all neutral pretty much. Like I know they're not doji candles. Like this here is like a doji candle, that. But you can see where all the volume is. It's just hanging around down here. Okay. Nothing is smooth like this. Or even like, like that's not really smooth, but like this. This is like what we want. We want to find moves like that where it's just you get in and you can stay in the trade, or you don't want all that volume going across the middle. So now we're back below our line there, and we're going to go back to the minute chart. Okay, so how I would play this, I'd actually move my line, and then this would be my next entry. But then this is what you also have to think here is look at where our target is. It's not really that far away. So is it even worth to take a trade like that? So now it's almost back down to where we were, like where we got in. Yeah, so it's just not really, you know, it's not really going for like where all the liquidity is sitting. Okay, so those are things like you need to jot down in your journal is okay, if it's a US holiday and I'm trading the New York session, um, maybe it's not best for me to trade. And then the reasons why it doesn't trade like normal, it doesn't go for liquidity, it goes for like the closest liquidity, right? Like look at see the NASDAQ now, it's just going sideways up here for no reason. It's going sideways. So, and what is this? This is buyers and sellers, like retail traders, like non-institutional people just buying and selling. Like, oh, I want the price to go up. So they go long. Oh no. Then some other guys are like, I want the price to go down. So that they're buying short, right? They're just guessing. And it's just like a battle. It's like a tug of war. You got two dogs and they're pulling on a rope. That's what it's like. And then eventually someone will win. This here right now is saying that, the same as before, guys. Like it looks like everything wants to go down. Yeah. So I would just sit out, and we could even look for fair value gaps here. There's a bunch down here. So there's one way the heck down there. So let's just put a line down there. I don't think we're gonna have I don't think it will come down there in the next 30 minutes unless things move fast. But here could be another trade. If we get a body open with our Hintakiashi candles, if we get a body open below here, then price could come down to there. But once again, things are so slow today that it might not happen. It might just do this for the next 30 minutes. Like who knows? But we know that this is where the imbalance in the market is down here. So it should come down here, but it might not because of today. So we'll have to see. And then our US30 trade, it came down to like where that entry was. So it's just hanging around there. So you can see. Remember the 15-minute chart on it? All that volume is here. So you can see that the volume is still there. Like if you look into what is a Hintakiyashi candle, I know I'm saying it wrong. It's just the candle is basically the volume of that time frame, right? So if it's a 1-minute candle, the body is the volume of that time frame. If it's a 15-minute candle, then it's the volume of that time frame of that 15 minutes is the body of that candle, like where the most orders were, right? So yeah, those are one of the best things you can learn is just to be able to read the candles, especially the Hintakiyashi candles. Okay, so here, you could go into like another like high risk trade if you want here, and you could go long if you wanted to, because you can clearly see it's having problems going down, and it's just going sideways, right? And the Nasdaq is sideways. as well. Okay, so maybe what I'm gonna do is I'll do that high risk trade just because my lot sizes are so small and we'll just have fun with it. So I'm gonna go into a buy here with the US30 just for fun, right? We're gonna go back to our normal, oops, wrong chart. We're gonna go back to our normal candles. We'll look to see if there's any fair value gaps here. So yeah, price could go right to here. Okay, let's just move this one down because I don't think we're gonna get there on time. So price could go to here. So this would be my target for this little long position that we're in, would be that guy there. And then if it breaks below here, then it's like, okay, I don't want to be in that position anymore. Okay, even if it was to a body to open below here, then I know it's likely going to go like this and possibly break down. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, there you go. There's the Nasdaq. So let's see if it makes it down to here in the next 25 minutes. Wonder if any of you guys took that short position. If you did, just hold it. Let's see if it comes down here. Okay, this guy's like struggling, just going sideways. So these are good learning days, guys. You just go in with like one lot or, half of what you normally trade with or whatever, and just learn to see like how different the market is um, on those holidays. And you might even come out of it thinking, oh, okay, I just don't want to trade on holidays. Like, oh, it's going to be my holiday as well. Right? Yeah, look at this thing's not even moving for us. Oh, now we got 8 people on the live. You guys all decided to come on the live on a holiday. That's okay. Yeah, so if you're trading today, I'm pretty sure the market closes at 12. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. I think it closes at 12 and then it opens back up at 6. Okay, so this US30 trade is in profit now. So if you don't feel comfortable, you should feel comfortable because you're trading on like one lot or whatever. But you could just get out of the trade if you want to, because it is just ranging. Like it's telling us, I don't know what the heck's going to happen here. That's what it's saying. Okay, we know there's a fair value gap up here. So traditionally, price would want to go up there, but obviously no one's pushing it around. It's just back and forth here. And this guy over here, I would actually, if you got in this trade, I would take 50% profits here just because you can see these 3 wicks. Um, they're just kind of all at the same level. The US30 trade there, I'm going to actually just sell here. I'll get out of there. Okay, so I closed this guy here. It'll likely go to there, but that remember this trade where we just held it just for fun. Normally we would have got out here. We had a trade it's from this candle down to here, and we just held it just because we're on hardly anything. And so, anyways, this one made back half the loss of this guy here. And then this one, if you got in this is a nice. This would have been the only nice trade, but it's just, I would say this is high risk, even right. Even though you saw all this up here, sideways action, it's still everything's kind of high risk today. Yeah, it'd be really nice if we got to 10:30 and it was all the way down here. Because normally, guys, these fair value gaps on the 1 minute chart, normally that's where price is going to go. Um, overall, when you're in the trade, like on the short time frames, if you find those 1 minute fair value gaps. So this guy's almost touched this guy here. And yeah, we got a big, huge Tokyo range for the Nasdaq. Gold chart I never set up, but it yeah, gold is ranging as well. through here. If we were to put on the 15-minute, we'd probably see, yeah, so most of that volume is the same as the US30. It's just all clumped up there. Oh, it's sitting on top of the VWAP. And yeah, it's just ranging as well. Yeah, gold. I traded gold last night during all this. I made the day 5 video through all this. So if you guys watched the day 5 video, I just did it last night. You'll see me trading through all this here. Okay. So let's go back to US30. US30 has went right to our fair value gap on the 1 minute chart. So we'll go back to 1 minute. So it's hit that. So once it hits, you just delete them, right? Because it's basically filled it. Okay. And then likely it's just going to go down again. Probably. Remember, there's a fair value gap up here as well, right? Right through here. So this is all fair value gaps. Okay. So anyone with big money that wants to get in the market, they're going to want to push price up to here, or they're going to want to push price down to here, just depending on which direction they want to trade. So this is looking good. Look at that. Keeps on just kind of slowly coming down. So yeah, hopefully we got about 15 more minutes here for this live. And yeah, it'd just be really nice to actually have this nice trade here play out for some people that took it. Actually, I'm surprised how many trades I called during here. They're all high risk trades, by the way. But yeah, I went opened up my computer today, and I'm like, okay, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to call trades. But it actually moved okay today. Here, it's really slow, but it's moving. It feels like Tokyo session. This is what Tokyo session feels like to trade. And this guy here. So this candle, oh, wow, look at that. Holy jeez. I was just going to say this candle here is a reversal candle. See the doji candle there? Here, I'll zoom in. And then as soon as this next candle opened, it just went out and took out some liquidity down here. So there you go. Now it's coming down. You can see how close it is to our line. So it came almost down to our line there. And I don't recommend buying off fair value gaps. So for instance, this short was called way up here. I called it like high risk, right? And then we have a fair value gap way down here. Price came all the way down. So some people might be thinking, well, why don't I just buy on the fair value gap? So you never want to buy on fair value gap. You want to look for a reversal pattern. So this here, this candle is the start of a reversal pattern, but you'd want to wait for that next candle to open and be like a nice, opposite color, like mine's blue and gray, right? And then that would be the start of the reversal, but it never came down to the fair value gap. Didn't fill it. Okay. Also, here, we'll talk about this because this fair value gaps, guys, are freaking amazing. So if we go here to the 15-minute chart and we put on the normal candlesticks, okay, standard, I got to say standard, not normal. So you can see this right here is a big, huge fair value gap. Okay, we'll zoom in here so you can really see it. Okay, so on the 15-minute chart, actually, let's use this for example. We'll use one like right here. Let's use this one right here. Okay, so on the higher time frame, so for scalp trading, a higher time frame would be the 15-minute chart. Okay, that's where you'd look to see like market direction is the 15-minute chart for scalp trading. So this here is the entire fair value gap from here down to here. Okay. The guy who teaches fair value gap, which this is the only model that I use from him. What's his name? His name's Michael something. The guy that invented ITC or whatever. Which I don't trade that, guys. I think it's too confusing for a beginner. But the fair value gap is it's one of the best things that I've ever come across. And this is what a fair value gap is here. So you can see it's 3 candles. So 1, 2, and then 3. And it's from wick to wick. How he traditionally teaches it is from body to body. Okay. I find that wick to wick works best. Okay. On the 1 minute time frame. But on the 15-minute time frame, as you can see here, the top of the Fair Valley Gap is extremely strong support. And then the bottom of the Fair Valley Gap is extremely strong support. And then also you have like reversal Fair Valley gaps as well, where it's like the opposite. Okay. Where, for instance, price is below and there's a Fair Valley Gap above. Right. But then that reversal Fair Valley Gap is filled in the past. Right. Because if price is below, then prices come down, but they still are strong points of support and resistance. Okay. So, anyways, that's the fair value gap. And on the higher time frame, like the 15, like you find them on the 15, the 1 hour, you can find them on the 1 day, all that kind of stuff. They'll be really strong points of support if it's coming down to it, like as you can see here. And then the bottom of it will be extremely strong support as well. Okay. So you can see this one wicked right through, but it never had a body open below it. Okay. So you can look at points like that and then you can, put your, put trend lines in there and everything. Okay. So let's get rid of that and we'll look at what's going on here. So it came down to our fair value gap. We'll go down to the 1 minute and you can see it's just hanging on to it. Okay. So it's definitely filled it. I think overall the direction, guys, is down today. Like I think things will come down even more. So we can get rid of that guy. Okay. And we could go for a high risk buy here. So do we want to do that? I think I'm going to do it just for fun. I'm going to drop my lot size. So I'm going to get in this NASDAQ trade here. Normally I trade on 3 lots in the NASDAQ. I'm just going to go in with 1 and I'm going to buy. So I bought into the NASDAQ with 1 lot. Um, just as a disclaimer today, guys, everything is high risk today. So, every trade that we're doing is high risk. So make sure you drop your lot sizes because the New York stock market's closed today, right? It's a holiday. So there we are. It's in little itty bitty profits. It's up $4. So, anyways, we'll see how things go with this trade. And I'll just add a little trend line to it there. And we'll see. So what I would be doing now, oh, look at that. Boom, just broke it real quick. Is I would look for fair value gaps here. Okay. So make sure you write this stuff down in your journal. Is like, okay, markets are not strong when it's holidays, right? So there's a fair value gap way up here at this green line. So I'll just remember that. There's one right here. Okay. So I would put a line there. Right about there is one. Okay. And yeah, look at this, guys. It just keeps on failing, keeps on going sideways. Okay. So normally I would just get out of my trade. Like I would be like, oh, I'll just take the loss, right? Because it's just neutral there. But seeing we're only in 1 lot, it's like, who cares? So I'll just kind of hold this one for a bit here. We'll see what happens. We could get rid of our trend line because it broke. Okay. You know, treat it like the Tokyo session. You get a lot of this stuff in the Tokyo session where it gives you your entry model and then it just goes sideways and then it actually goes, right? So we'll see. We're back in profit now in this little trade. So yeah, guys, like if you feel even though you're in with 1 lot or whatever, but you feel like I just, I don't want to be in trades today, then just get out of the trade, right? If you don't feel comfortable with it, because today is not normal, obviously. But it should, you should get something like this, like where it just goes sideways and then it's like, okay, yeah, I want to go up. and this is our target, is that fair value gap. And then we have to remember there's another one way up here, but then the overall direction, like, I don't even think there's an overall direction yet. Yeah, there's no overall direction. The direction is sideways. Look at this. Okay. So, oh, and there we go. Now we're breaking down again. Okay. So if we get a body open below these wicks, then we're probably going to come down to here. And if that happens, guys, I'm just going to get out of this trade. There's no point, right? If we're just going to come down here, there's no point sitting in a trade. And for the eighth guy that jumped on here, we're the markets are pretty much like closed today, you could say, because institutions are not trading. It's a holiday in the US, and this is the New York session. So basically, what we're doing is we're just kind of like messing around. We're trading on the minimum amount, pretty much like I'm trading on one lot in the NASDAQ. And then what you should be doing today is just taking notes of like what is happening. So we're getting a lot more sideways action, and you want to put that in your journal. And then, maybe later on, you're looking in your journal and you're like, oh, the last trading holiday, it was no good. It was like a waste of time to trade. So then maybe your decision is, oh, I just don't want to trade on holidays. And to be honest with you, it's like trading um, the Tokyo session. Okay. So now this thing's totally went against us. Okay. So you could just get out of the trade. Like, you don't have to sit in it. Okay. So I'm going to wait for the next candle to open, and then I'm just going to get out of the trade and I'll take the loss. Okay. But it doesn't matter. It's one lot. Doesn't matter. And then I'm going to write in my journal, hey, Drew, do not trade on market holidays. The market's not normal. And once again, guys, I think the market closes at 12 today. So we'll wait for this next candle. And if it opens below these wicks here, then we know, let's just, make sure you get out of the trade. So we've got 10 more seconds. US30 going sideways. Sideways slowly up to our fair value gap that's up here somewhere. Okay, so there you go. Just get out of that. No point sticking around in that guy there. Okay, so I got out of that. Who knows? Probably it'll come down to here and then maybe go back up. We don't know, right? Okay, everything just keeps on kind of failing. There's no high time frame direction. Okay, if we get a candle open on the 15-minute chart down here, then we know we should be trading short. Also, its price is above the VWAP. Okay, this is the VWAP. So that's the VWAP's one of the confirmations. So that's what I'm saying. Everything today is high risk trading. If you trade short above the VWAP, you're high risk, right? We would want long trades today, but look at where price is. It's just going sideways through here. Like, price would have to be up here for us to get some nice long entries. Let's look at our US30 sideways. And we'll drop back down to the 1 minute there. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm not seeing any kind of trades with the US30. Let's look at gold for a minute. We'll just see gold. Let's look at the 15-minute chart. It's got, hmm, we'll look at the fair value gap. So there's a fair value gap here. It's almost been filled with this one. So also gold is just going sideways too. So everything's just saying don't trade. Guys, like, if I was trading on my normal lot size, today would be like, I'd be finished trading. I'd be like, why did I trade today? That kind of thing, right? So this is like, definitely, this is the kind of stuff you need to put in your trading journal, because these are the days that you're like forcing yourself to trade. And then when you're done, you're like, why did I trade? So, it's kind of funny. Like, all these guys that are trading in here, right? the end of the day, they'll be like, "Why did I trade?" So, yeah. Okay, let's go back to US30 here. And this is the 15-minute. Yeah, so US30 is it's still pushing up, but then it's pushing down as well. You can see overall the 15-minute, we're on the 15-minute chart, right? It's creating higher lows, but then it's not creating higher highs. So it's just that means it's ranging, right? Okay. The NASDAQ is just struggling. It's just slowly trickling down. So let's look at this. And yeah, guys, it's not like you think about this. We dropped our lot size. So, worst case scenario, you got a 50K account. Say all your three trades are losses. You're down what, 60 bucks, 100 bucks at the most, kind of thing, which doesn't really matter because that's like you have not, that's not even like a good trade, right? A good trade would be a couple $100 on a 50K account, your profits. So your next good trade, you make back, your loss from trading today. And then you also know, because I keep on saying you're writing it in your journal, right? Your experience with trading when the market's closed. And supposedly, I don't know if this is a rumor or not, because I've heard some people say this, is that they're trying to open the um, futures market 24/7, like 7 days a week. It's open 24 hours a day. I don't know if that's real or not. I've heard rumors about that, or I don't know if it's just the Nasdaq they're trying to do that with. But yeah, if that's the case, guys, you're going to have a lot of days like this. A lot of days like we'll have to figure out like, okay, we don't trade normally, blah 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 day if it's going to be open 24/7. That's just a rumor. I've heard a couple like big name traders say that, and then I've seen some articles about that it's going to be open 24/7, which is crazy. I don't like that. I like to have a holiday, right? Like the weekends, you're not trading because the market's not open. Like the Friday EST, I know at night it's not open, and then Saturday it's just fully closed, and then Sunday it's back open there at 6 p.m. So yeah, you can see here now where Nasdaq is kind of going back up a bit, and but still it's just struggling, guys. Just creepy crawling along there. US30, we're on the 15. Let's drop down to the 1 minute again. It's slowly going up, but then you look at the higher time frames and it's just ranging. Like this is our open range, right? With US30 there. So, or no, sorry, it was we moved that red line down. Where was it? So we got this was it here, right? Yep. So it was right here. So this is our open range. So it's still in that open range of the 2 minute candles, right? 9:30, 9:32, yeah. So, yeah, that's crazy. There's your big trade of the day. Okay, guys, it's 10:30 right now. I don't think there's any reason to keep on punishing people with this. Like, it's I j why we traded today, guys, and, like, right at the start, if you watch the start of this live, I'm like, drop your lot sizes. Today's not going to be good. We got to, oh, look at that. There. Now it's back down to the 9:30. Drop your lot sizes today. And today's more of a learning lesson, right? It's like if you're unsure about things, drop your lot sizes. Never like don't force trades. Like we basically forced trades today. And I don't even think I had a profitable trade today. Like everything, went into a loss pretty much as soon as I entered it, pretty much, right? So, yeah, just write those things in your trading journal. It's not like the trading's not normal when they're not trading. It's like you get a way too much sideways action and you never get any really good trades. This was our only good trade here with the Nasdaq. Um actually I got one profitable trade, I think. I forget. Anyways, I did take my 3 trades though, right? Okay? So, we're back down here now. And yeah, we're done trading for today. But this is basically what happened was boom and boom, but we don't know it's going to go like that, right? We just have to create our range and it pretty much it just traded within our range, right? Okay, like this is 15 minutes of candles is what makes up this red line and the green line, right? That's pretty much what it did today. So it just ranged throughout our whole session. And then the US30, same thing. It just ranged throughout the whole session there. Okay. These are our 2 minutes, 2 minutes of candles there, and it just ranged for us. Okay. So it's 10:31 right now, and we're done. And yeah, that's it from me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm just gonna check the chat. We've got one comment in here. Hi Drew, how to put buy or sell order? You have to go through the course. So you have to go through the course. Okay. So I'll show you really, really quick if you're still on. Um, this is why I was saying, guys, you got to go through the course. These lives are not just about like copying what I'm doing. It's about going through the course, and then we're trading together. And eventually, how I'd like it to be is where I'm not the only one talking, and then you guys can like give your feedback. You can like, we'll turn this into like like a nice community type thing of traders. These lives, right? So how you would do this is you go over here. Okay, so this is how you turn on your buttons, which is in lesson number 5, is how to turn the buttons on. Okay, I do a trade in the Tradeify setup. So if you watch that as well, which is like even before lesson number 1. So I'm just saying, yeah, you have to go through the course to understand how to trade, right? That's what the course is about. So you would left click on it or right click or whatever, go to settings, and then this is your one click trading. Okay, so I don't have this chart over here connected to my broker account, but you just turn it on. And then when you turn it on and you log into your broker, you'll notice that these are like this one would be red and this one would be blue. And then you just click the buttons. And then this is how you change the lot size here. Okay, so you'd click that and then you could change it to like 3 lots, 1 lot, whatever. And then you can buy and sell. Okay. So that's that, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And hopefully tomorrow we get some good trading. Oh, the Nasdaq is breaking down here. We've got our VWAP there, so this is giving us a trade here, definitely, and that'd be awesome if we got a trade all the way down to there. But I'm not going to be trading today, guys. It's just I'm pretty sure the markets are going to close at 12 today. Today was just like I already knew it was going to happen today, but it was just a learning experience. Going to jot down in my journal, do not trade when markets are closed, you know, and just be more of a remember not to trade day. Okay, so that's it. See you guys. We're going to go back here. I totally forget how to turn this. Oh, there you go. Okay, so that's it.